welcome back to another edition of Quinte Connection. Thanks so much for joining us. Well, coming up, we're rolling into holiday season fairly quickly around the Quinte region. So coming up later in the program, Jill Raycroft is back with us from the Belleville Chamber of Commerce, and also more about the Salvation Army Kettle Campaign. But first, we had our colleague Jane on a couple weeks ago, but joining us now is Catherine Taylor, the Artistic Director of the Quinte Ballet School of Canada, located on Palmer Road here in Belleville, as they are getting ready for their holiday dance. So Catherine, thank you so much for joining us.
No, thank you for having us. That's so great. Thank you.
Coming up very soon, Anne was just telling me before the show that when they had the taping of the 2019 performance from the Quinte Ballet School, they aired it last year, of course, because there was nothing going on and it was really popular on the channel. So what's in store for us? Because the presentation's coming up on Sunday, December 12th.
Well, indeed it is, and we were so grateful for you being able to run that for anybody who might have uplifted their lives with that beautiful dancing. And so you're going to see quite a similar show. It is excerpts from the Nutcracker, mostly from Act 2 of Nutcracker. So we do these dances, and we adjust the dances choreographically to suit the numbers of students in the school and their level of expertise and where they're at in their development. So sometimes we make it harder, sometimes we simplify, sometimes where we used to have 4, we now have 6. So a lot of formation changes. So we readapt and sometimes completely re-choreograph a piece every year. But nevertheless, you're going to have that wonderful music. And I have always had an extra piece at the end, which is a finale piece, which is a lot of fun and puts everybody in the Christmas spirit.
Must take a lot of work to readjusting things every year based on everyone's skill level. So how early did you start working on this?
Yeah, typically we get going right after the Thanksgiving long weekend. So I use from the beginning of the year when the kids get back to school to ease them back into training. And then we get really, turning the screws, so to speak, by the end of September, top of October, really getting the kids in full gear and jumping and really getting in full force muscularly. And then they have that little break in October, and then we hit the rehearsals and we start building the choreography and we start building the stamina, and we start building in their day so it's slightly longer, so they start to make that adjustment to having maybe an extra hour of rehearsal or 2 hours of rehearsal, so the legs and the body can adapt. So we are I'm going to knock on some wood here. When I work like this, I really avoid injury with my students, and so they have a much better chance of having a very successful performance experience.
Looking forward to seeing it, but there must be a lot of work behind the scenes too. I mean, in the past when we've seen the holiday dance performances, the costumes have been immaculate. So who else is helping you behind the scenes?
We do everything basically ourselves. My incredible assistant Desiree Botting, who teaches in both programs in the school and does administrative work as well, is very good with wardrobe and has taken on that extra responsibility. But now we have a little team of wonderful volunteer women that have come and have been regulars with us, and they're very, very talented. And Desiree can now start to say, could you take this on? Could you take this home and work on that? This needs this needs that. And then they take it home and bring it back all done. And they're just such good sewers and so meticulous and experienced. So we honestly could not do it without these helpers. And Desiree is really good at delegating the work out. So between all of that, we get these costumes on, and some of them are quite old. So we are continuing to work on them to preserve them, because our costumes are very expensive. I mean, one tutu can cost over $1,000. So yeah, it's very expensive.
We'll be able to see everything live coming up Sunday, December 12th. 2 shows at the Empire Theatre here in Belleville, one at 2 o'clock and one at 5 p.m. So why those times?
Well, I kind of thought Sunday, and it's a family day, and people are busy in life, and we're trying to get family things together. So I thought, well, 2 o'clock. Well, it means everybody could have a nice brunch and then go to the early show. And it's a short show. We finish by 3 or just shortly after. And then I thought, well, 5 o'clock gives the dancers a little break. They need an hour break between the shows. At least they have to eat and rest. And then I thought 5 o'clock, oh, they'll be over by 6 o'clock, 2 minutes past 6. And then everybody can use a nice restaurant downtown Belleville and go local and support local downtown Belleville. We're at the Empire Theatre this year. We're just thrilled to be at the Empire Theatre. So yeah, I just thought those were great times. I like food, so I kind of based it around food time, meal time.
Yeah, and with the Festival of Lights set up across downtown Belleville and beyond, it's great to kind of have a walk downtown as well. So, Catherine, what's the situation with tickets right now? Because you mentioned before that the earlier show is pretty well sold.
From what I understand, now that's not my job. I mean, wonderful. The Empire is they sell the tickets for us, which is unusual because we usually do that ourselves when we did our other auditorium. So yeah, from what I understand, the 2 p.m. show is very well sold. The 5 p.m. is doing well, but there'll be more space there. So please consider coming to the 5 o'clock show. It is not late. You will be finished just after 6 o'clock. And as I said, you can get home, you can put the roast on and come to the show, or whatever you have to do, put the Instant Pot on, and then come back and have a nice dinner afterwards. And I'm sure you'll have such a wonderful start to your evening by coming to the 5 o'clock show. And really, we have an incredible cast for the 5 o'clock show. Really, really incredible cast for both shows. So I don't want you to miss either. Come to both shows.
Yeah, exactly. And thanks so much for getting us into the holiday spirit. It's great to have the holiday dance performance live and we can go back and see it in person. Once again, Catherine Taylor, the Artistic Director of the Quinte Ballet School of Canada, wishing you and the team well. And thank you so much. We'll see you on the stage hopefully soon.
Thank you so much. Thanks. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thanks, Catherine. We appreciate it.